Hello there everybody, Steampunk Gentleman here with The Sinking City. Now after a few episodes of Bloodborne, I'm feeling a very Lovecraftian mood, so I'm starting a new game. I had made some decent progress into this one, but I want to start fresh with y'all. Although now it's kind of a shame that you can only have one file at a time. Dear Charles Reed, as you requested, I researched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmont, Massachusetts. It turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmont, haunted by visions similar to yours, a city drowning, the presence of something great yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment, and the person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself, then come to Oakmont as soon as you can. I will meet you here to help you on your way. Cordially, Johannes von den Berg. A frosty welcome. Now, I'm sure I've mentioned it in Bloodborne, but I'm a huge fan of Lovecraft and just the way he writes his themes. Like, cosmic horror really appeals to me. I don't know, there's something very horrifyingly fun about something larger than you could ever imagine, making you feel insignificant. Don't look at myself. Sailor Man. Of course, I wasn't some 20th century diver, but as a sailor, the main character definitely appeals to me. Devil Reef. Yeet! You ever do have a dream like that where it feels like you slam back down into the bed like you were levitating? I remember having windows and I was like, was I floating? What's going on? Alright, pick gun. Chair on ship.
Hope I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
Yep, same thing I read earlier. Let's get that. Yeah, you gotta hold it. Show casings. I forget, is there a difficulty setting in this game? Indicate you can use advanced case. Leaving a workout with action's sake. Must leave. You receive no hints as what to do in your investigation, no prompt to visit the Mind Palace or a casebook, and won't be notified you've collected all key evidence. Alright, I'll leave on newcomers because I'm not used to these type of games. And I'll leave it on normal. Yep. And should be fine. Yep, so basic control options, L2, R2 to aim, R1 attack, which I love I love the melee in this game, as you'll see. Okay. Yep, back to it.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Now get out!
Sure thing. Vandenberg?
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes Vandenberg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vandenberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
Indeed he does.
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature. Scion of a robust bloodline. A philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmont University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot, or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
There's a boat everywhere. I don't,
Kind
the boat is
Jesus.
magical. It goes wherever you need it.
Towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper. Places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular. Its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vandenberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Okay, yep. Yeah, the map in this game is big. And I do mean big. Although, like, all this is flooded out. I don't even know why they included it. You cannot do anything in these areas. There is so little in this section you can do anything with. Right, anywho. Sneaky. Yeah, there we go. Just whap a shovel at them. You there.
The end is nigh. It will begin again. What is down comes up. The seed is sowed.
Indeed. Oh, you gotta be careful in water. There's just giant leeches that'll just drain you immediately upon getting in there. You do not exist. Alright, now we gotta come here to investigate.
Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania? Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
Can't catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
That's a big reference to
Like it
Lovecraft.
here, newcomer? Well, get used to it. No one leaves Oakmont nowadays.
I believe there's still supposed to be something else I investigate. Oh, there. I hope someone finds this. My name is Albert Throckmorton, and this is my will. I want to warn you, don't go to the depths below Oakmont. There's unreadable. We should have never done that. Everything should have remained in that cave. Professor, I fear what will become of me. It's singing in my brain, dancing on my eyelids every time I close my eyes. The cycle goes on and on and on and on and on and on. In the end, it comes. I must warn everyone. I must tell my father. He's here. Right, that's everything. Yes. Get up. Squid. Double checking, nothing over here. Now this game has a perfectly gloomy atmosphere. Like, you think of Lovecraft, this is what comes up. Some old desolate seaport full of mystery and less than moral characters. Mr. Throgmorton himself.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers. Mark my words.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria.
Man, look at those eyes.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouther-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damn city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking
Monkey Man do not like fish man.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera. You have a point, newcomer.
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our...
His grandfather screwed a monkey.
My father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to their house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Alright, I already know where the other two
As
are.
much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
This is the mind's eye. It lets me see things. So I'll probably wait till I'm actually near clues. As it does, slow me down.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis. We were here. This is our house. Barry was outside, on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... Okay. My head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing. Just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me.
That sounds familiar. Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will. Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was at or starve.
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Kay be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything, and I have no idea what Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Who is this Kay you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. Kay is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know. Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay have mercy on his soul.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or Kay? Did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
Mine.
Choo choo.
No, I do love this little bit of dialogue from him. It breaks up the seriousness of everything. In a good way. Can I turn the sensitivity up?
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Oh yeah, you get those random visions like that sometimes. Yeah, not a game for the lighthearted.
5 cards short of a full house.
Oh yeah, using this too long does make it go
I'm surprised
insane.
I don't have someone's portrait here.
Yeah, like you'll see things like little bugs and whatnot bothering them. But yeah, you gotta line this up just right, and you'll see something.
Glenna, Nehri, Glenna, Gebhal, Nugulina, Haft.
Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work. So, that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Fishy.
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
Yeah, here we go.
Take this, ape face.
So that's the end Malver doing that.
What's happening?
Yeah, run!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Yep. Then we have to put the order of events together.
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
So I think that's all that's in here. Alright, so it wants me to go to the Mind Palace now. Mind's eye can reveal omens that guide your way. Follow them to evidence. Something down here. I don't think there's a faster running. I think this is just as far as it goes. Or is there something more on the boat that I didn't get? Oh, yes. Oh, how did I pull up the camera? Okay. Yeah, I don't think that actually has any bearing on this area. Just another thing to do.
I've said everything I know.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer. And keep your hands where I can see them.
So, check back downstairs a little bit.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
You gotta take care of your pets. Rummage.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
Anything else in here? Doesn't seem like it. Stay strapped. You got anything else, Tommy?
Yeah.
No.
I still hear those voices.
Something on the other side of the knife, maybe? No.
No.
Okay, nothing else I can seem to discern right now.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Okay. I don't know if I'm going for 100% complete playthrough on this one.
Mr. Throgmorton, I found this in the lifeboat. Looks like it's your son's will.
Give it to me. Oh, my boy, what did you get yourself into? If only I hadn't sent you on that cursed expedition.
Goodbye.
Let's just buy. Alright. Yeah. Checking around the sides for anything.
The door won't budge.
Yeah, so is there a side path? There's supposed to be a clue down here, like the sun, even though Shot like hoisted himself up. Maybe I'm missing it back here first. Oh yeah, that's right. This.
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
Okay.
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
Okay, maybe this unlocks the door now. Yeah, I don't like that so much. I mean, I guess it prevents you from going too far ahead. But did that give me anything? Okay. Lewis, please, just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't yet have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly with the fuzz snipping about the port. But don't worry, I struck a nice deal with the proper people. I should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week and I will pay you everything with double interest, Peter.
The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
I'm just snooping in and everything, taking what I want. Okay, down here. More blood. Yeah. Also, if I remember, yeah. Take that little thing out. Smile for the camera.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
That's all the evidence for here. Let's go back up. Still missing something over there, but how do I get back down? Alright, I guess I'll go to the Mine Palace. Yep. Under the keel bar. No. Don't exist. Now, can't leave town yet, but I can go in the bar.
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
You.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I've seen some unsettling creatures around, like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton, son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Rock. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have him.
So?
He's upstairs. Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with him once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day. Goodbye.
No, I'm not selling them out. I want the full story. But I did want the key. Hey, buddy.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Why are you
Charles
ugly?
Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Ugh. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't
Stop looking at me with those big old eyes.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do
I'm
with
not
that
sure if
ape.
that's telling the truth, because later on these guys do seem to be more villainous than they're letting off.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder. Always conspiring behind our backs. Always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Wanna spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouthers' bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
It turns out I arrived here unprepared for business. You give me a little something to get started, and my lips are sealed.
I knew you'd understand.
A little
Here you
dirtier
are,
than I
Mr. Reed.
prefer, but I need bullets. That's the currency in this game. Okay. Now, it still looks like there's something else I have not gotten. And if I can, I'd prefer to... Because this is just a tutorial. I should be able to 100% this. Because like, I'm pretty certain I did the first time I played. Okay, so I do have multiple. Yeah, I got some older ones up there. Okay, so...
I've said everything I know.
Is there anything over on this side by chance? No. There's gotta be something else. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, was it
There's
this?
a fierce fight here, but
Oh,
someone tried to
I never
flee.
got that one part. Okay. We are ready to make our conclusion. Okay, so... So you switch it, it changes what it is. Second influence or not, he was out for murder. Or if you change it over here, can control his action, those can't be blamed. I try and cover him or else he will have his head. I'm a nicer man, so I shall go for that. And this is an older save, so I'll cover that up. Alright, let's go have a talk.
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something,
What? I don't have all day.
some unusual creatures, and they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately not immune to gunfire.
Yeah.
I'm excited later because you do some quests and you get more information about them, and you get a Plague Doctor outfit.
Weapons handy.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
No.
Yeah. I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No,
I took a picture of it. You want to see?
I don't believe it. No.
I've tracked down your son's murderer.
Where? Who is he?
I tracked the murderer down, but he was attacked by those things prowling the back alleys. And they tore him apart. It was that Innsmouther fisherman, Lewis. He was covered in your son's blood. That may have attracted the beasts.
Are you certain the body is his?
Beyond any doubt. All that's left of him is a heap of flesh and this scrap of cloth. It's from his jacket. Just ask his friends.
Alas, this was my revenge to exact, not some wild beasts. Something must be done about those pests. Still, justice has been served. This isn't closure, but at least I know now the story. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Gay to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
I'm looking into an outbreak of erratic behavior and madness, all linked to shared visions of this place.
Indeed. Then our goals align. This inexplicable hysteria has spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster?
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture, a sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert is...
Oh,
Albert was...
you can see that
partly.
crunch of his face.
His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throgmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Alright. Alright, that is the intro mission complete. So now we go back over here where the police were guarding the gate, and you'll see they're gone. Leading the way to Grim Haven Bay. Yeah, it's kind of difficult to tell just what's going on with him. Like, did he pass out, or is he still walking and he's just seeing a vision? Beans! C. Robert Throckmorton funded an expedition to discover the origin of the mass hysteria gripping Oakmont. The expedition was to explore the seabed near Oakmont. Contact with the expedition was soon lost. Albert Throckmorton was the only known survivor. He was subsequently murdered. I was hired to find any other expedition members, dead or alive. Throckmorton will be waiting for my report in a manor in southern Old Grove. But yeah, interesting start to the game. Gives you a little bit of taste of everything you'll be dealing with. Alright.
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brother.
I don't know what exactly sank the USS Cyclops. Only remembering the screams and the mental creaking, water filling the deck, and my headache, the worst I've ever had. I found myself among the floating seaweed, drowning, and near my piece of the boat helped me survive and reach the shore of a small island. They found me on it later, starving, half-mad, and babbling about the ancient ruins and their denizens. The officials said none of what I thought had seen was real, but my memories are true, and my strange powers, gained after the ordeal, prove it. I found something horrible on that island, something old and dark and slithering, and it still haunts me.
Never again, they say.
Rotate it so I can see what it says. All that we see or seem is just a dream within a dream. Charles W. Reed.
Never again, they say.
I guess that's from his friend. Yep, and this is where we can change our outfits. Unburdened, windcoat, vacations. We'll go with windcoat since it looks quite dapper. Soothes all ailments and add to any spirit or tonic.
No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
Mr. Reed, you were the rare example of a man who treated one of my kind humanly, and I feel I have to repay the debt to you. Take this as a friendly piece of advice. Run. Save your life and leave this dropped city to the depths. Don't dig into its secrets, for they are not worth it. There is nothing good left here. I believe you can find a way to escape. Please heed my words. Lewis Flynn. So, I was nice to him. Mr. Reed, it seems that you overexerted yourself while conducting the investigation for Mr. Throckmorton. Forgive me for the audacity, but I brought you to Devil's Reef while you were unconscious. Please, take more care of yourself in the future. I won't be there for you every time. Johannes. But alright guys, we are going to end this episode right here. I hope you're excited to dig into this game as much as I am. Let's go and explore the madness together. Till next episode, Steampunk out.